Good morning, everybody. I just wanted to come on and kind of finish what I started yesterday. I really wanted to come on and just let people know where I'm coming from, why I do what I do. It was kind of the theme that I had going before I lost my shit. But I want to continue that thought and let you know a little bit more about me, what makes me tick, all that good stuff. So, I'll start off basically where I left off. You know, parents were addicts. I was an addict. I was an IEP my whole life. I lived with my parents in Arkansas up until the age of 10. I moved here to Oklahoma in 2001. I moved in with my dad's parents, my grandparents. They are Jehovah's Witnesses. So, I guess I have been, asking hard questions and asking people polarizing questions and getting people to question their beliefs and their ideas and having really deep conversations about religion and life since I was 10 years old. I went door to door and knocked on people's door and started discussions or got ran off by homeowners on a Sunday. It was a very good learning experience. But I think that growing up in the Jehovah's Witness religion, that was a very strengthening experience for me. I learned how to public speaking. I learned how to research and teach myself. It was a very educational point for me. And if I could describe the Jehovah's Witnesses, I would describe them as a free Bible college. They only study the Bible and things like that. They do have some interesting beliefs, but it's nothing that you can't back up with the Bible. But anyway, that's a whole side point or anything. I was raised in a very interesting religion. I don't practice that anymore. I do consider myself to be spiritual, but I find logic and science to be a lot more a lot more satisfying, I would say. I definitely feel that there are things that science can't explain, and I can only explain that with spirituality and a higher being and things like that. So I definitely have a dual belief system. But I grew up in a very addicted driven family. It was either drugs or religion. They were addicted to either drugs or religion. I have four sisters: Rain, Brianna, me, Jackie, and Tasha. I love all my sisters, but another reason why I'm so passionate about cannabis is because my sister died. My sister Jackie, she passed away from an overdose of prescription pills, and at the time, I was a senior in high school. She died in 2010 when she was 22 on the 2nd of February, and my birthday is the 22nd of February. So I like twos. Twos are a fun number, but they definitely, I don't know, just the number 2, it just makes me sad. But, it's 22 is just really young, man. That's too young I'm 29 now. I was 18 when she passed away, so that was 10 years ago. That's what made me passionate about cannabis. I was sitting down with a friend, playing a game of chess, smoking a joint, which was really rare for me. I was actually an alcoholic and popping my Adderall, my prescription Adderall for my ADHD. I was abusing it. And I was a cheerleader in high school. So about halfway through my senior year, my sister passed away, and I basically dropped out. And I became a pothead. I literally stopped drinking, I stopped doing alcohol, and I started smoking pot because that's not what killed my sister, you know. I knew that pot was good for me because I had smoked it and I had felt the effects, you know, and I was like, man, this is a good feeling, but it also made me very paranoid. That was mostly due to its illegal status because I was a cheerleader. I was a goody kid, you know. I took my Adderall because I had a prescription for it, and I really honestly didn't think that I had a problem with it then. But when my sister died from prescription pills, I developed a hatred for prescription pills. And when I found out, I was sitting there playing a game of chess, smoking a joint with a good friend. It's a very rare thing for me to do, sitting there just enjoying a joint first thing in the morning, you know. But my mom was living with my dad at the time in Arkansas. We were all living together. I was still in high school, and my parents were divorced and everything, and it was kind of a weird scenario for my mom and my dad to be living in the same house. They were probably there for maybe 6 months, maybe 4 months. But she wasn't there for that long. She is a raging alcoholic, drug addict. She will literally, if she found a rat turd and didn't know it was a rat turd, she'd probably crush it up and snort it. You know, I'm telling you, man, she's really, really far gone, and I'd love to help my mom. And if anybody knows anybody that can help, or we literally need to take my mom and lock her up and detox her, and she is a handful. But anyway, she walks I was sitting there playing chess, smoking a joint, and she walks in, she throws the blanket back because it was wintertime. We had blankets in the thresholds. She throws the blanket back. She has a phone in one hand and a bottle of vodka in the other, and she goes, "Your sister's dead." And I knew which sister it was because, you know, she was definitely the party sister, and I did all my drugs with my sister Jackie. I actually did meth for the first time with her when I was 13 or 14. It was the very first time I had ever done meth, and it was the last time I had done meth until 2012. So, she died in 2010, and then 2 years go by, and I become super, super passionate about cannabis. I started reading books and learning and trying to grow it, even though it was super illegal, and I had no idea what I was doing. I tried, and I germinated seeds. That's all I could do was germinate seeds, and I germinated every friggin' seed I could. You know, a couple years went by, and 2011, I met a girl, and I had a child. His name is Jude, and I wasn't ready to be a dad. I tried, I got a job, I wanted to be, but after a while, his mom said that he wasn't mine, and then he was mine, and then he wasn't mine, and then he was mine, and then he wasn't mine. So I was just like, you know what? Well, then she said he wasn't mine, and she knew who the dad was, and they got a DNA and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, Storm, you dodged a bullet there, you know, young 21-year-old Storm, thinking that, you know, he had gotten his independence back, you know. And I was actually really sad and upset about it because I want to be a dad. I wanted to be a dad then, and I wasn't ready for it at all. You know, I don't think who is ready for it whenever they first have a kid. But I stepped up and then I stepped down. I was working at Subway, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to work at Subway. That's a dad job. I want to be a bartender. So I became a bartender, and I met another girl, and she got pregnant. And then when she got pregnant, my first son's mom was like, well, he actually is yours. I lied to you about, you know, being another dad. So I basically got two sons at the same time. And after all that drama and stuff, and my second son's mother, we were working at the bar together, and I gave her an Adderall. I started working at the bar again, and, you know, I decided to get my Adderall prescription filled again, and I started grinding and using my Adderall to be a badass bartender. That was a mistake. I ended up giving my second son's mother one, and then she took me over to her friend's house where they were smoking meth. So I ended up smoking meth for the second time in my life. And that's when I became addicted to it. I was addicted to meth for about a year in 2012. Seriously, hardcore, doing meth almost every day. It definitely took me a while to get off of it. I would say about 2013, 14, 15 was whenever I finally was able to kick it. After that, I started doing my Adderall again. So I wasn't quite off of the meth. But about 2016, 2017, I finally quit doing the Adderall because I realized what I was doing. I was just substituting the meth for Adderall. And at first, I had substituted the Adderall for meth. But definitely, they're both very much a stimulant, and I personally cannot do it. I encourage anybody to get whatever relief or whatever, anything they can to live a normal, comfortable life, but amphetamines and methamphetamines are not for me. It's like Robin Williams on cocaine. But I struggled with addiction for about 3 or 4 years. On meth for 1 year, hardcore. People and honestly, my transition, people wouldn't even call that addicted. And being addicted to something for 1 year, people laugh at me for saying that. But I did it, and I'm done with it. And it was an experience, and I think that I learned from it, even though it was a very, very small part of my life. Anyway, I went back to weed. During that transition of getting off amphetamines and my sobering up, basically, I found weed again, because I definitely, in that year that I was on meth, I don't think I smoked weed more than 2 or 3 times. And weed saved my life, guys. If I did not have cannabis in that moment, I don't know, I'd probably still be doing meth. If I did not have cannabis in 2012, I would not be here. It literally saved my life. And I knew better. My sister had died from these drugs, and I had found cannabis after she died, and it was a real epiphany in 2010. But just the addiction and my brain chemistry and just the things that I'd already done had already set me down a path of addiction, and it snuck up on me, really. And I have nobody to blame but myself, but there was definitely a very beautiful girl involved. But I definitely made those decisions myself. That's my recovery story in a nutshell. I grew up around addicts and religious fanatics, and my sister died, and I was on Adderall, as a cheerleader. It was definitely a neck-breaking segue, a transition of a sobering experience. It was definitely something else, and that's really what motivates me when it comes to the one-hitters. Whenever I start my show in the mornings, the Wake Up and Grow show, I like to talk about 3 things. The one-hitters, cannabis and parenting, and your cannabis talent. The one-hitters, the little dugout and chillum, it's a great tool. And I definitely, if you're struggling with addiction, or if you've lost anybody to addiction, you can definitely talk to me. I might fucking start crying, but you can talk to me about it. Because I really do care about people's struggles. You know, I've been there, and it really sucks to be alone during that. So I am sincerely letting you know that you can talk to me. I will listen. I cannot tell you enough. If everybody took one thing that they were passionate about and cared about and something that affected them personally, if we all took one thing from our lives and did something with it and was passionate about it, we'd have world peace. I'm gonna be freaking Miss America now. I'm telling you, we would care about each other more. There would be no hunger. There would be no homeless people. I'm telling you, if everybody just took one thing and just dove into it and was sincere and passionate about it, and instead of trying to elevate yourself above somebody else or cause drama, you know, like, I don't like to cause drama. I like to make thought-provoking statements. I like to make people think. It's fun. I like to watch people think. I like to see how people work through ideas and scenarios, and it's like a game of chess. You know, it's really a strategic thing to watch people talk about their ideas and their opinions. And a lot of people just don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about the hard things. They don't want to talk about the issues. They just want to be like, just don't talk about it, don't stir it up, this and that. But that's them commenting and stirring it up on whatever thought-provoking post I've made. I mean, I make a post and then people want to get on there and tell me not to stir it up. That is stirring it up. Why even make a comment if your mission is to not perpetuate or prolong the drama? Why even get on there and comment? Like, it's such a oxymoron. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it there. That's almost a 20-minute right there. Shit, I'm just talking away. So today I basically went over my history of addiction and my passion about cannabis and the one-hitters. If you'd like to talk about the one-hitters, it isn't really anything too fancy. It's literally just a support group that I'm a singular member of it. Definitely, it's not something that you can join and be a part of or anything like that. It's just me opening my ears and, you know, lending an ear to anybody who needs to. And if you need a strategy to help wean yourself off of anything, cigarettes, hard drugs, caffeine, chewing your nails, whatever it is that you want to break a habit with, you can use cannabis and a pinch hitter to do it with. I'm telling you, there is a strategy, there's a theory behind this. I would love to talk to you about it. And I used a pinch hitter to get off of meth, so I have experience, and I can tell you firsthand that cannabis works as an exit strategy to get people off of drugs. And the reason it fucks with me is because I have so many people in my life that I want to not be on drugs, like my mom and my dad. And my dad is doing really good. He's still taking methadone, but he has to because he's in so much pain. He worked his ass off. And so definitely, you know, I understand that there's pain that cannabis does not touch. So I understand, and I do not criticize you for having to take hard drugs, but if you can, you know, just try. Just try, because that's all we can do is try. So I love every single one of you. If you're struggling with something, please, 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 I'll hold it together. But honestly, I will sit there and cry with you, because it's not that hard to make Storm cry. I will let you know that right now. And there's nothing more heartbreaking than to watch someone struggle with drugs. Because why do people do drugs? All they want to do is have a good time. My sister died because she was just wanting to have a good time. It sucks. I understand the struggle. So definitely, please, please, please reach out if you're struggling with anything. It breaks my heart to see anybody struggling with addiction. So, thank you. I will talk to y'all later. We're going to end this 20-minute video. This is a little bit shorter than a Wake Up and Grow, so sorry I'm not doing it live. The comments are very distracting and things like that, so I'm going to be making another one. Cannabis and parenting, I might be making that one soon. But I'm going to do all three of the things that I'm passionate about, and just like this, just speaking my mind and telling y'all why I'm here and why I do what I do. Because I'm here for a reason. It's not just to start shit. It's not just to cause drama. If that's what you think I'm doing, then you have missed the point completely. I just want people to think, and I want to ask thought-provoking questions, and I want to strengthen my opinion too. I'm not just poking everybody just to poke and watch. Like, I'm strengthening my own opinions and my own ideals by doing this as well. So don't think that I'm just poking the bear just to poke the bear. I'm studying the bear and the stick. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm done ranting. Thank you all for coming on and hanging out. My exit 64 in Wynnewood, coming to Oklahoma City. I'm getting off work now for all those people that want to call me lazy. I just got done working all night long, so. But anyway, I love every single one of you. Y'all have a great day. Don't forget, it's our planet. So plant it.